Hello there. Welcome to another edition of Hot Rod's Rants. I don't know, just when you think they couldn't screw up college athletics anymore, they just won't leave it alone. You just heard my last rant about the 76 teams for the NCAA men's basketball, and now I see they're back at it again. This clown, the commissioner of the Big Ten, he wants to have 24 playoff teams in the football playoff. 24 teams. What are you gonna play 6 games and then start the playoff, or you want to play until March? You know, it's funny as shit. These guys were whining and bitching and crying not too many years ago that they didn't even want a playoff. A playoff would ruin college football, and the bowl games are great, and the New Year's Day bowls are, the are the greatest thing since sliced bread. You can't have a playoff, and then they went to 4 and they bitched about 4. Then they went to 8, and now they're at 12 and they're bitching. 24 teams? Are you nuts? You know what this is? This guy just wants more money. They're all fucking greedy. You know what I mean? You're just a greed. So you want what? 9 Big Ten teams in the football playoff? You'll never get that because SEC already has their balls in ESPN's mouth. They put half of their conference in. See how that went for them last year? Huh? The only one that made anywhere close to the finals was Mississippi, the big powerhouse. And then their football equivalent of John Calipari ran for the border. So we don't need 10 Big Ten teams in the football playoff. You know, it's funny. Okay, Big Ten, you've won 3 football championships in a row. So now you are what? The football powerhouse of the world. Before that, you didn't win one for years and years and years. And now you want to have 10, 12 teams in the damn, because that's what it's about. Why in the fuck don't you and the SEC, why don't you guys you play your conferences, you get a conference winner, you play each other, and then the winner of them can play the rest of college football, okay? The winner of the actual people that play a regular season. Because all this is you're trying to hold the fucking playoff committee hostage, college football hostage. You know what? Oh, we're going to lose revenue if we eliminate the championship games. Yeah, that's what it is. It's about revenue. I thought you guys didn't care about money. You know what? I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how much money TV's willing to pay for you. I don't care how much money your football team makes, your basketball team. The only thing I care about is if you're using one fucking dollar of taxpayer money for this shit, that I do care about. Because you got giant endowments, you got big TV contracts, you got full stadiums, you're making money out your ass, and it's not enough. Is that what a commissioner is? Is that what they do? They tell you, what are you, like a board of directors? You just get in here and see how you can increase revenue? Enough isn't enough. The football playoff, the way it is just fine. If you're not in the top 12, nobody got screwed worse than Notre Dame, and no one will ever get screwed worse than Notre Dame. And if you need money, Big Ten commissioner, why don't you ask them for some? Maybe they'll loan you some because they're not fucking sharing theirs and you're not screwing them again. So 12 teams is plenty. 24 teams, what kind of ignorant shit is that? I mean, the SEC wants 16. That's stupid too, because then you add 4 teams, they'll all be from the SEC, and then you can listen to Paul Feinbaum with his fake apology, and he's damn near shitting his pants and crying because he actually had to admit that Alabama couldn't beat some of the best Patriot teams of all time. So, I don't know. What do you, just sit around and think how you can fuck up? I'm not going to call it college athletics anymore because it's not college athletics. It has nothing to do with academics. It's just, I was reading a thing the other day where Jay Billis. Now, Jay Billis he's just an absolute idiot. I'm absolutely sure that he still believes that Krzyzewski wasn't paying players, which, come on. All you got to say is Zion Williamson. Every fucking freshman that ever goes to Duke is going to be the greatest college player of all time. Zion Williamson, Cooper Flagg, the Boozer kid, they're college players that no one's ever seen before, and they're just racking up the national championships. They're not generational players and shit. They're not changing the game. People that do that are like Michael Jordan. When he was a freshman, he won the national championship. He hit the game winner. Those are the kind of people that you're describing, but the only thing Zion Williamson is the champion of is the fucking donut eating contest at Krispy Kreme. Has he played more games than Anthony Davis and Kawhi Leonard in the last 4 years? I doubt it. But Jay, he probably still thinks, I mean, I heard somewhere where he's a lawyer, but I mean, he's made such ignorant statements. He actually said that 18, 19, 20-year-old kids are full-grown adults. I've already peppered him over that. That's just, I don't know. I can't believe a grown man would say something. But he's the one that whined and for years he bitched and cried and did his fucking virtue signaling that, oh, the college kids, the poor college kids, they can't buy a pizza. They don't get it. The college is exploiting them. He's exploiting them, even though they live in places nicer than most fucking dudes making $100,000 a year houses. They were exploiting the poor kids. They were exploiting them. My God, he just went on and on and on. And now he claims that college basketball is in the best place it's ever been. Really? Then why is Congress involved? Why are people always bitching about the transfer portal? You got your college kids paid, Jay, okay? We get it. We get it. You're Mr. Virtue Signal. We know, oh, you're a great guy. You're a lawyer, right? Huh? So you should know, like I said, you think that you got them paid. It's in the greatest place ever. Now kids can stay in college longer. The fucking point is not to stay in college longer. What's the matter with you? The point is to go there, get an education, play sports, and get out. That's over. That's done. That dog will not hunt. Okay? Now they go there, they play professional sports, they stay as long as they want, they transfer as much as they want, and then they bitch if they can't stay longer and sue people. That's a wonderful, wonderful position to be in, Jay. Huh? That's what I said. So you said, you probably still think Krzyzewski wasn't paying players. Well, supposedly you have a law degree, so you probably know what plausible deniability means, which means everybody in the program knew that they were paying cats except him. Yeah, sure they did, Jay. We understand that without Duke, you'd just be a tall dude with a big mouth. So nobody's listening to that shit. And I heard you say, well, look how, I'm not really a football guy, but look, Indiana probably never could have won the national championship without the transfer portal. Really? Well, maybe it was the coach, Jay. You might want to Google him. He wins. You know what I mean? Maybe it had something to do with the coach. I don't know. They might not have, but they might have. That's an ignorant statement. So let's look at this. You still think Krzyzewski wasn't paying players. You think 19-year-olds are full-grown men. You think the state of college basketball is in the best state it's ever been, and they just watered down the tournament. Players can transfer. He goes, well, it's not fair. What's fair, Jay? It's not fair that you get to be on television and spew fucking nonsense. That's not fair, but, it's just the way that it is. But, the coaches, well, they can leave whenever they want. Well, look here, Jay. They can also get fired, okay? They have at least an incentive to win, all right? Because if they don't win, what's the incentive of a college player now? If he don't like the coach, transfer. If they're not winning enough, transfer. If he's not getting to play enough, transfer. If he doesn't get to shoot enough, transfer, okay? So what's the incentive? There's 76 teams in there. It's watered down. They don't have an incentive to win, and you think this is the best? You think this is the best game right here? Or the best position it's been in years? You're a goofball. So we got the Big Ten commissioner trying to increase football to 24 teams, which basically means they just want the big conferences to control the shit. That's all this is about. It's about money, and it's about the big conferences. You got Jay Billis skewing his nonsense about, basketball's in the best state it's ever been. How did you get a job on television? Huh? I mean, I know because you went to Duke, all right? That's your deal. And, but it's not in a very good position. The object, he's like, well, that's a good thing. Kids can stay in there and further their edge. They're not going to school. What the fuck, what planet do you live on, Jay? They're not going to school. Not the really good. Some of them dudes are 25 years old. They got 2 degrees. They're not going to school. What the fuck, man? God, could you guys just leave? You did this. Jay, you were leading the pack in basketball. The poor college kid. Yeah. You sound like Jalen Rose. When Ed Martin, oh, just give me a few bucks, a few bucks for some shoes. Give me a few bucks for a coat. Michigan's making millions. Yeah, well, Michigan's also the university, okay? Without Michigan, where are you playing at? Where you playing at? If there's no universities, where are you playing? At the YMCA? They're not coming down there to watch your ass. Ed Martin ain't giving you a few bucks down at the YMCA. So all the virtue signaling, these college kids, they're not poor, they're not starving, okay? And paying them is one thing, okay? I'm not opposed to that at all. What I'm opposed to is people staying in college for 10 years, not going to school, and being able to transfer uncontrollably as many times as they want. So how does that, Jay, make college basketball in the greatest shape it's ever been? How does 25-year-olds playing against 18-year-olds, how's that working out for Duke? How's that working out with their freshman point guards, with the 23, 24-year-old dudes from UConn and Houston guarding their ass late in the game? How's it going for you, Jay? Maybe Mike got to go buy another Zion Williamson. But that's my rant for today. I wish some of you people would just leave the shit alone. Leave the playoffs at 12. Leave the college basketball alone. And Jay Billis, plausible deniability. Look it up. Peace.